Good morning and welcome to the third day of my mini break around the Netherlands. And today I'm off to Nijmegen, another city here which featured in Operation Market Garden. So I'm looking forward to walking through the city and making my way up to the bridge which crosses the Waal River. And the weather looks fine for today, 32 degrees they reckon. Yesterday was hot enough at 30 and last night was absolutely stifling. But I guess I can't complain because I've had some really bad weather over the last few weeks in London. So I am actually enjoying it, despite it being a little bit too hot. But never mind, it's not going to spoil my day. And we're going to see what we can discover walking through the city in Nijmegen. And here I am in Nijmegen. It's so good to be back here in Nijmegen again. My first visit was a day trip from London back in 2019. I've had to come again the following year, but the pandemic got in the way and nobody travelled anywhere. 30 minutes on the train, €11.40 for a return ticket, changing it Arnhem Central. Travelled on one of those double-decker trains and sat in second class. I didn't get told off. I didn't do anything wrong. I just sat there quietly amongst a load of students. I felt very old. But never mind, I'm here now and a sunny day awaits and a children's zoo on the right-hand side. Oh, this is lovely. This is Kronenburgerpark. Kronenburgerpark, I think it is. It's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful, as you'll see shortly. And all these different goats, lots of sheep. This is really rather nice here. I saw this last time. I didn't have time to stop because I was running back to catch my train and my plane back to the airport. But I'll stop here for a few minutes and take a look at the wildlife before walking down towards the tower in the middle of the park. It really is absolutely beautiful walking around this park early in the morning. It's a little after 9:15. There's a few locals going about their business, many people walking dogs and just strolling through the park. It is beautiful. Behind me you can see the remains of the old medieval wall, built around 1425, as was the Toren, or the Powder Tower. It's just on my right hand side. But they sculpt this all into beautiful gardens. Lovely little bridge here over the water. Gardens were created between 1878 and 1882. And they preserve the tower and the walls as well. I walked through parks all over the world and I found some beautiful parks. The last beautiful park was in Dunfermline earlier this year. I also found others in Dorchester and Colchester, and one or two other places I could name. And this is another one to add to the list. It is just so peaceful here, so green. Just watching the animals, ducks on the pond, and some big fish in there as well. Really is delightful. But now I'm going to head off into town, into the city centre I should say, and see what we can discover on the way up to the bridge. walked up to St. Stephen's Church. It's actually the oldest and the largest here in Nijmegen. It traces its origins back to the 7th century. It's a beautiful looking building on the outside. Badly damaged during the Second World War. The Americans bombed Nijmegen on the 22nd of February 1944. They didn't finish repairing the church until 1969. So let's go inside and take a little look, because it is absolutely beautiful inside. Really is a beautiful church inside. Happy memories from visiting 4 years ago. Temperature inside was 22 degrees, spotted the thermometer. If it's 22 degrees on the outside already, what's the day temperature going to be a little later on today? There's a little courtyard here. Nice building in front of me with decorative shutters on the windows and statues of Jesus' disciples. You see there John and Simon and all the others. What a beautiful building. And then you've got the archway here as well. There's a date above the archway which says 1606. So just walk through the archway and into the little market square on the other side. Remember this from before? It really is absolutely beautiful here. This is the oldest part of Nijmegen. It looks like they're gearing up for a market. A lot of activity here in the market square. But I want to head down now to the other side. So I'm going to walk a little bit further down towards the river. See what else we can discover here in Nijmegen. I've had an enjoyable morning just walking through the city of Nijmegen. It's absolutely beautiful and not a cloud in the sky. But I think the temperature's going to get up a bit as well. So try not to get affected too much by the heat. But I stopped off probably on the best cafe locations anywhere, right on the Waal River. And I got a lovely view of the ships or the boats going up and down, and of the bridge as well. I got myself a little coffee. Oh, that's lovely. After a morning walking around the city, to sit down and have a coffee is exactly what I need. And it tastes even better because it's been sponsored as well. So thank you to Adam Stanmore, who went onto the Buy Me a Coffee link, which you'll find in the description, and purchased me a coffee. And it couldn't come at a better time, so thank you very much. And if you'd like to get a mention on my channel, do as Adam did and use the Buy Me a Coffee link, and you too can purchase a coffee for me, or several, and I'll enjoy a tasty meal somewhere with your thanks. And it really is lovely to travel with the support of others, so I'm very grateful to everybody who has purchased a coffee for me over the past few years. Absolutely delightful walking along the river. All the restaurants gearing up for a busy lunchtime session. I think they will, given the weather. I'm feeling the heat now already. Must be about 30 degrees already. It's only about 11:15 in the morning. But walking through a little field here of boats. Looks like some sort of school project, and they've put boats down here. Really rather fun actually. But what I will come to look at up here by the museum is a painting, sort of a mural, and it's just up ahead here by the Basti Museum. And this is the Basti Museum. It's built on the ruins of the old castle and city walls which used to stand on this site. I actually visited the museum on my last visit. There's a really impressive section of wall and some natural history displays in there and other things as well. It shows the ruins of the old castle and the fortifications that were here. It's really rather interesting museum and well worth a visit. But what I come to see is which I missed last time, is the mural on the wall. And it's the story of the Byzantine princess Theaphanu, who lived from 962 to 991 AD. About the age of 12, she married Otto II, Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. And when he died suddenly in the year 993, she acted as regent for their then 3-year-old son, who would later become Otto III. For years she was considered one of the most powerful women in Western Europe. She visited her summer residence here at the Valkhof several times and died here in the year 991. And now, in memory of his mother, her son Otto III had a chapel built, St. Nicholas Chapel. And that still has survived. And it's up at the top of this hill, and the steps which are just ahead of me. And last time I was here I was unable to visit because they had some attraction on, some sort of fun fair, and it was all closed off. I couldn't get up there. And this is one of the reasons I've come back to Nijmegen, is to visit this chapel and see what else remains from the old castle up there in the Valkhof. So I just gotta climb up these steps and go into the Valkhof, and hopefully the chapel will be open. And here I am up on what was the castle, looking at this chapel, St. Nicholas Chapel. And given that it was built over 1,000 years ago, it is incredibly well preserved, and it underwent renovation in recent centuries. It looks absolutely beautiful looking at the outside. So let's go inside and take a look. Seeing the remains of the wall paintings on the ceiling. This place must have been so well decorated, and what a way to honour your mother, building a chapel and decorating it like that. Absolutely beautiful. What has survived in there is absolutely incredible to look at. And you can see the model in there as well, which showed how the chapel might have looked when the castle was here in its heyday. What a fantastic structure it must have been. What a shame it never survived. But there are so many castles throughout Europe which are ruins, and some former Motte and Bailey castles in England where the mound just remains. But it's absolutely beautiful. And there's another ruin just over the other side of the park, and it's surrounded by school kids. So I'm probably not going to be able to talk to the camera over there, but I'll do my best. I think worse than party of school kids. I think they're rehearsing up some sort of battle scene up here, some sort of play, but you can hear them. Let's go and take a look at this ruin anyway, and then head down towards the bridge. Just as I got here, those school kids were just departing. So I waited for a few minutes, and it's so much quieter now. But this, I'm not sure what it is. I think it looks like the remains of a hall. A great hall here, perhaps at the castle. Just walk through this doorway and down into the interior. It's rather interesting, considering the history of the Valkhof. This ruin is in remarkably good condition. Looks like there's some impact marks up on the walls where bullets have hit it, probably during the Second World War. And also some put-log holes as well. These were used in the construction of the building. But looking up, you can see the remains of a blind arcade, some recesses, and some sort of clerestory above. This would have been quite a large building in its day. Sadly, there's nothing much more left of it. It does have all the features of a great hall. Pretty sure that's what it was. There's no information boards up anywhere to tell me anything about it, which is a real shame, because ruins like this, they could easily create a nice little feature by putting a tourist plaque up to tell people what it is. But so many places that I've visited in the last year or so don't do that, which is a shame. But let's walk on down and see what else we can discover up here on the way down to the bridge. And I've made it down to the river, and the bridge is behind me. The bridge that crosses the Waal River. This featured in part of Operation Market Garden. This was one of the bridges that the Allies hoped to capture before advancing into the Ruhr region of Germany. And of course the prize was the Arnhem Bridge. And it turned out they were trying to go one bridge too far. But it's lovely here, and this is the bridge they actually used in the film. They actually crossed it with tanks in the film. I don't know if you've seen the film, but if you have, the Germans tried to blow up the Nijmegen bridge, and the scene shows the tanks going across. There was a large box of explosives and hanging underneath the bridge, which didn't go off. So the memorable scene in the film was played out here on the Nijmegen bridge, where the events actually took place back in 1944. And some of the battle scenes for the Arnhem Bridge were also filmed here, but the main battle sequences were filmed in Deventer, just a few miles north of Arnhem. They've got a similar structured bridge there, and that's where the main battle scenes were filmed. But it's lovely to come down here again, and on such a sunny day as well. But this is where I end the video. I've had a fantastic day, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow my journey, because there's plenty more to come in this series and in future series this year. Tomorrow I'm going somewhere else here in Netherlands, and I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. So I'll leave you with some pictures of the bridge, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.